lie director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses. It reminds you of the glory of the American experiment.
Welcome back to the channel. So I want to take you through my past when I was running for the U.S. Senate, but that was last election. I don't know if you guys, like I said, want to help with my expenses and getting the word out. By all means, I'm willing to take one for the team again, but that's not my goal. My goal is to convince other people all over the place to try to put their self out there too. Other than that, this was my old YouTube page, but I'm still going to leave it open just for documentary and history. Right? It's crazy how we can make a history nowadays. So if you want to look in on me, see some of the things I've done, I will show you. This is a blast from the past, which is cool. I went all the way back. Now, I want to tell you folks, I knew how the immigrants were getting over here. I also knew who was funding it before this last election, a while ago. And I'm like, I don't understand. When I talk to folks, I'm like, you don't care that they're using your money to bring these immigrants over here? People are like, oh, that's crazy, blah, 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 blah. Until after the election. So this was the one commercial I made. And I'm going to bring it on up here. It's only a minute and a half. We all know it takes a lot of money to move these migrants. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, most of us believe that this has turned into a migration invasion. So what do we do about it? You help me spread this message so that way I can get the job and go to Washington, craft the legislation needed to defund every entity and organization that's helping them get through. I will then utilize and work with your other representatives. I will insist that they sign and support the bill so we can get a floor vote. Vote for Nathan Russell, your next independent U.S. Senator for the greatest state of Ohio, and together we will take back our sovereignty. Sponsored and paid for by Nathan Russell, fighting for an independent Ohio. Right, folks? Now, if you read the definition,
now you're talking.
Those were all organizations that were funded by USAID. Now, we've already seen what Musk did. Doge is still there. And honestly, this is what they're doing. They're taking the hard copies and the papers, just like your local library did with the movies and a lot of books. And they're putting them on the computer disk thing so the AI system can have it. And honestly, yes, most of this technology crap, right? I'm not against it. All I'm saying, for electric cars, for instance, I don't care if somebody wants to have an electric car. Just don't make me have to have an electric car. Let us have the choice between electric and gas. Hands down for the rest of eternity in America, I say. But they're forcing us to inevitably, one day, there will be no gasoline cars. And there's a reason for that. It's called control, folks. They want to have all in total control over us. So, kudos. Sounds like a conspiracy theory, but I believe more people are feeling that on the inside now. It's not the gun that kills somebody. It's the person behind it. And from the top of every organization I had the opportunity to research and or work for, from the top all the way down, it's corrupt. The rottenest eggs are controlling everything in our society. Somehow, it just ended up that way. How do you fix it? I definitely have some ideas. So, let's go back to the channel. So then, if you want to, you got time, you want to learn a little bit about how I feel about these things, that you'll inevitably find out what I was talking about back then is now come to fruition and already happened. Which is amazing. And I do not think I can predict the future at all. But what I did do is I spent enough time learning about how they do things. So then I can see the progressions to what's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you, I believe we are already at war. We are at war because we're funding and supplying dang near every country on the planet that is at war. That's how we do it, right? So if you're funding it and you're supplying people with weapons, you're causing the problem. It's how I feel about what our country is doing. Do. They're out of fucking control. And I want them to stop spending my money. Tired of it. Not on that shit. By the way, this is a free platform. So you're allowed to say what you want. Just try not to curse like a drunken sailor, right? So check this out. I wrote what is called the United States Compact. Because it's actually a process, something we So I'll let you see that and I'll show you where it's at. Good morning, all you red-blooded, hard-working American citizens. Welcome back to my table. Never mind, I'm not going to do it this way. I will just walk you to the Facebook page if I can. Facebook did something real they just want me to take a selfie. And I've never been I'm going to take a picture of myself guy. Never, ever in my life. But they're insisting, in order for my Facebook account to work, they're insisting that I do it. So that way they can see my eyes too. If they're going to take my data, that's how I feel about it. If they're out there running around stealing my data, they at least should pay me for it. Because I know they're making money. If you support that idea, like, share, subscribe, be part of the wolf pack. I know you're all I know you're out there. So let me see if I could do Facebook. See if it'll let me open it up for this specific count. They did. Okay. Awesome. So right here's my Facebook. And I'm not going to use it. I'm not using both of these things, but it's a resource for you to go back to. Every time I see like an enlightening video or whatever, I'll go ahead, I drop it in this so that way y'all can go through and see it. But like these people here, like they're not my friends at all, because they didn't help and support a good thing. They bought into the lies, filled their hearts full of hate, I guess, and didn't want to participate in doing something that's all good with no bad. So, whatever. The only people on my next Facebook's going to be my wolf pack, and those are going to be people that I know are working for good, for positive change, instead of what we got. So, I don't even want to take you through the feed. So, right here, and I'll show you my bike before the fairings came off it. So photos. I love my horse. I ride in the snow. But at least I know how. And I didn't have to close my bike up for the winter. So if I click on this, see all pictures. I rode a United States Compact. Now, it is just a rough draft. But at the end of the day, you can read my pamphlets right here. Oh, snap. Let me see. How do you do this? Can I download this? Open save MJazz. Huh. Let me see. I think I want to put it right here. Awesome. So if I did that, and then I do this, that's kind of cool. I might go through here and snag some stuff. So, United States Compact. Click on that. Save image as. This was before my fairing flew off. I was riding down the road, whole side of my fairings fell off, which means I would like another set. But so then we got that. For some odd reason that one didn't save. So then, right here is a pretty good source, folks, for you if you want to get to know who I am. My feeds or on my timelines, like, I got a lot of cool stuff. Videos I made. If I snag stuff off the computer that's cool, or at least I think it's cool, I put it on here. For the most part, everything here kind of has meaning. It's not just pictures of me eating a meal. Right? Like how people do it. But whatever, to each their own. Anywho, I hope you got something from this. I'm trying to make things as short as possible until I start doing my live streams. So, good luck. Oh, I forgot. Male Ice Cube. And for now, until I start getting people that can help and contribute, not contribute, but help me with my expenses, is exactly how I want you to put it in the memo. Just say for expenses. And then I'm going to go through. If people are giving me money to do a task, I believe I'm working for you, right? So I'm going to do the best job I can. I will, if you're in my wolf pack, you got a question, you're like, how much money you got, like in the bank? I'll tell you. I ain't trying to get rich, and I'm willing to spend it on the cause. I ain't trying to buy a Ferrari with your money. I'm just trying to, like, fight for freedom and liberty and justice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to itemize all that stuff. If I'm spending your money on something, I'll be able to prove the receipts. Point blank, all of it. Every penny. I'll be able to explain. Unlike these people in Washington and in your state legislation. And I come across, even in the your local legislators are corrupt as all get out, folks. Which is hilarious. And they're easy to catch too. All you gotta do is look. My ex-fiance, she told me, she say, if you look, you'll find. The sad part about it is when she was looking at me, she always accused me of cheating. When she was looking at me, like, I know he's got to be cheating. Because she was cheating on me. That's how these people think. She looked and she found. And she found that I wasn't cheating on her. And she was unhappy about that because she already cheated on me. Which means we weren't together anymore. And I never been married. But, alright. Like, share, subscribe. If you can, kick in so the can move down the road. Hope you got something from this, and good luck to all, and to each their own.